Testing. 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 Okay, let's get this party started. Okay, where were we? Right. Bring the Black Marketeer and his clients to justice. All doing is secure those weapons. Ensure the clients don't escape with me, Mana. Go. Oh, it's all the way up here. Beat others. Approach Sentry and create distraction. My man and I will slip past and catch the Black Marketeers unawares. First outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let's be off. Good luck, my friend. Your shield is literally made out of wood. Try some carbuncle. Where's the hired thug? Oh. Over there. What's this all about? Ah! See, this is a fine mess. Trim, he drew a blade and lashed out, but before I disarmed one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. First, underestimate the dastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit under level player will be most disappointed. Golden opportunity wasted. Once, though we not know how, they slipped past our perimeter. The president of First is currently tracking a party of dusk white sellswords we suspect may be them. We've enlisted the aid of the mortal flames with the brass blades. Alas, we are to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. We have secured the weapons. That accomplishment is lacking for the information we received indicated a mass shipment, and this is anything but. First hunt death. So I sell swords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. Let's deliver the weapons to Udal in my stead. Trust them to third. You'll take care of the rest. The warrior light ever read will friend of the Crystal Braves. My deepest thanks for your assistance in Corthus. Now, what brings you to this day? Sir Black Marketeer, courtesy of Captain Elbert, you say. At all the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. Cannot be everything, can it? With confidence, there will be a far greater quantity of weapons. If also clearly we all is unfamiliar with the ways of hold-down merchants, whoever strives to present themselves as greater than they are. Thankful this information was not completely erroneous. We managed to achieve anything of worth at all. That's something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Sometimes we've got more important things like fighting those Guardians up north. FFXIV, our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. No further than I should take my unit to its own processing plant. Unfortunately, keep, eh? Quite well, on the end for the freedom of all. Always, my friend, rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contributions until we meet again. A word, if you please, ye. If it please ye. Me for the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. Thanks for indulging my request. Places in the market for privacy, I find. All the hustling and bustling of commerce means more conversations go unnoticed. To the point, at the Burning Wall, when you Captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything, leave no detail out. That's not how I first told it. That's why they were chasing, and the latest word is that we lost the trail. You never saw me yourself, not before the fighting started, and not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. Daft enough to be misled by some merchant drunken boast. Our information was reliable, god darn it. I know he purchased those weapons. So if I've never deciphered a vendor's books or had to follow transactions back to the source. Anyway, that when the braids were getting started, believe me, I wanted assurance that we weren't taking Gale from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. I don't got a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. But then, best get back to it. Can you hear me? This is Tataru. President's urgent request at the Rising Stone. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. Coming so quickly, Mana. It's from Ishkar who will speak to you, a most determined lady by all indications. So the end is it, and the Solar are present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we?
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald. Only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Soma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Soma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept? We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
I mean, if I state what you all know about, I would surely understand the nature of your destination. Right, understated, what we now call Keeper Lake, is the wreckage of the Agris, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 10 years ago, as the next step in its campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius found Belisar attempted to seize control of Mordona, so as massive was his force that all thought his victory was a foregone conclusion. But an unlucky ally came to Eor's aid that day. Midgard Salmar, the legendary guardian of Silverchair Falls, burst forth beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the guardian ships overhead. Later to be known as Battle of Silverchair Skies, the Great Worm fell countless ships before engaging the Agrias. Showing struggle, the flagship engines failed and tumbled into the lake below, yet this victory came at a cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. The explosion transformed Silverchair Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its water and crystallizing aether for miles around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, at the center of a constant reminder of the fateful day long ago. Our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lakes. It will be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Let's not neglect our own tasks. There must be done, and precious little time to do it. Lockbus has about 7 more residents told about the Garlands. These small airships, lugging from Castrum Century, come and go from Keeper of the Lake. As they are certain at a distance, I believe they might be salvaging something from within the wreckage. Supplies been cut some time, and I wager they're desperately need spare parts and other equipment. Each Guardian honestly fear the worm might rise again. Here it seems rather unlucky, but if it's turns they want, you've no choice but inspect the corpse of the entity in its entirety. Then, give them creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned guardians who won't take kindly to your presence. Sure, to fire upon airships, I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades into base of the Argus and then climb the top. That's the only viable approach, I say. Keep over the lake. Let's go. Go. And let's see you all out. Go after this guy. Hopefully he's dead. Oh, there's treasure. Oh, never mind, we're not getting treasure. already gained one. I have one. No, hi there. Well. Come. Go. Serial identification key. Oh my god, I grabbed the key. Hi there. Oh, I lost it. Oh, hi there. He's attacking us. It'd be good for us to attack it. There we go. Come on, stop targeting me. There's a tank right there. Yep. Colossus dropped in Imperial identification. That must be annoying when these guys are want to get through and everything. Okay, let me turn off this field, grab the key from the machine, and then put the shield back on. Oh, hey there. That one. hi there. I'm gonna do this just in case. Oh, hi there. You two look like you could use a good whacking. Oh, hi there. You can die. Oh. Go.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Well, uh-oh. Hi there. Gunshower's Aether. That's a terrifying thing to see. Why am I not? Okay. I thought it was target. No, I am that old. Oh, okay. Time. Oh, wasn't paying attention. Or game. There we go. Jacket of striking.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
What's going on? They're gonna be taken from us? No. Regular crystals.
makest me an oath breaker.
How then?
Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Oh, little dragon. Oh, baby dragon.
Their covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait.
I love it. Can I keep you?
Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Summon Midgard by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. Hold up. Hi there, Midgard Zalmer. Yeah. Yours were those explosions I saw? When I left a message saying you return to Rising Stone at once. I know. TDs can create a mighty of terrible foes, born over criminal schools is one of the science most important duties. We got failing felt. Play all the specters in the dark. Hopefully you're hale and whole. Informing Sir Amarok's request. Please your invest can keep it like I take it, and I want to hear your report. Medical summer? Where anyone I would guard it with considerable skepticism. If the Lord did not perish and in sooth laying dormant these past 15 years? Less a restoration and more of a rejuvenation, for he dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Those words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Hillary and attack is imminent, we must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Sommer in its entirety. To acknowledge that you heard the voice of Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, man has been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your protection and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. For how we shall present ourselves in relation to Sir Emmerich's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Something you're not telling us, Mana? Being different somehow. It's almost as you're missing something important. So, if Midgard strips you of the blessing of the lights, are you alright? How do you feel? Leave to hear you're otherwise unharmed. Beggars believe that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Sommer made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertail Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Athlic and Nemia, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Sommer ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. Wonder, well, if this was the covenant of which she spoke, and 'twas not the gods whom he treated but Hydaelyn herself. Well, if he is watching you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burn our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hand, mortal?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Oh, gotta.
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
dun. In your 1,000 years, all the time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Notice how strong the magical wars may be, and let's fear the Guardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Not Midgard Ward to call the arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as choose request our aid, however, we can do not but observe the situation at a distance and pray our fears are unfounded. While Brea has requested gathering signs, I assume there will be some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. As the Guardian is excluded for the moment, I shall be along once I've cleared communications with the Crystal Braves. Wonder we're called Ascians on our next on the menu. Let's head to the solar, shall we? You're tall.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. understand, the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangrid and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Okay. Let's go speak with Alphanon. Once more expired Rob's rest and recuperation, which otherwise must ask has raised a processing plant. We'll brief on the developing situation. Want to be Captain Elbert at headquarters in Ilda and forces their lighter heart knowing that you go to support the front lines. Okay, let's go. These take you north of Thanaline, do they not? Stay our farewells to Rising Stone for a time. Amen travels to Ilda, we shall serve as her escort. After behest, I go to contact old acquaintances. Hello, Nana Mo Pippin. Go to contact old acquaintances in the Gilded City. Our best set on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. And my friends hold persistent powers, you see, and it's my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. As events have taught us anything that we know, Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Extraordinary that my little Askelia is involved in far-reaching affairs. Proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as mother, but also a colleague. With influential connections, but I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. We'll betide the black guard that gives so much glares in your direction, my lady. Shall be well protected, it seems. Are we on our way then? I like those two. Something tells me if they're wearing shirts of red. Where are you becoming? A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Once you gain the search to remind you, I've learned a trick or two since the last with the Al-Jaw. But returning to the task at hand. Language reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Robon's push. Which force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. Garlands could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edison and we might coordinate our counter-strike. Meantime, from the others you have arrived, no doubt it will be a welcome tidings. Soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. While on reminiscence about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require attention, the civil drop-men you see have come several highly suspected crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. Those boxes contained powerful explosive devices, device of Imperial design no less. Flame station are conducting thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Relying on it, apprehend the Imperial spot behind us, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. About to bring troubling news on the latest movement of the Imperial Army. I will once again ask for your aid. Assign the Garlean garrison to a scene the Imperials have begun to mobilize. The casting are too few numbers to take our hold position and mount its with its toll and focus on the acquisition of resources. Share this report with Crystal Graves, and they decide to take to the field to meet these all head on. Surprised your fellow scions of the situation and heartened to know they will be joining the effort. Report to Lieutenant Elian and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Glad to have you with us. I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castro Meridium. Their main column assembled to the north on talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. Wish to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the task force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Elbert. Science, I understand the commander bid you and your fellows hand brave. With such mighty heroes at our disposal, the force shall have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. Believing you cannot be everywhere at once, the third is getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah. So I march them out here to fill any holes in the plant defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. Horsemen welcome. We must soldiers divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Let's avoid staging a battle anywhere near this one shimmer. Let's take the fight to the Garleans. Try to think consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. Direct silence should join the fourth and give battles to the main column. The third squad then, Warrior of Light. Your job is to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. Ready to proceed. Report to Lieutenant. The scouts has rough ideas where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Okay, let's... Do I have the dragon on my shoulder? Okay, that's kind of cute. Hang on. You. Okay, let us go over there. Succeed when you're around, and victories won't pave the road to greater coin. Sent to limit and split into smaller squads, better conceal ourselves within the terrain hereabouts, and imagine we'll need to split ourselves as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all the would-be raiders. Assign you to your own areas to scour. I've seen you're an army unto yourself. I've assigned you your own areas to scour claim of enemy soldiers. This will be a simple search and destroy. Rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Hi there. Why did... Okay. I didn't want to attack the Earthbite! Sprite. Good lord, this is gonna be terrible. He did target the Earthbite. Silent take chance more than a few gardens won't be begin. Back to the cast room. Though they certainly made an our pay, I would be a happy man if I never had to tell another one of those majestic horrors. Bid this war-torn land farewell, contact the 4th and Lieutenant, I know the west is clear. The same report to Edelstein. No more then? Excellent. My John engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. As reported sound victory in the main column, and informed me the signs have already turned their attention to other duties. A Rogadin lady with a large axe to be or she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. Nathaniel has no place to wander alone, even if people so as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know, as Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
An Ascian. Are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan. Keeper of knowledge. Seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louisoir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Don't we have means of communicating long-term or long distance? We're here. To the staff solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Uh-oh.
You too.
Oh.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull,
and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
The chrysalis is now available. Well, how about I do that at the start of my next stream? Because it has been a bit... You know what? Only 60 minutes. I'm not sure. ground. Dun, bond. Oh, there we go. Come on, tank. Just click commence. Let's hope this cutscene doesn't take like an hour. Imperial Rift, the Chrysalis. Let's go. Nope. I don't know what I need to do. Got all the light. Perfect darkness. Oh, why am I not? Cover your destruction. Let's go. Oh, why am I not targeting? Shoot. Apologies. What? Let's go. Dun dun dun.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, Scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No. No! Cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free! Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now the choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moonbreeder! No! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. His sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, She was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
So grievances against the Ascians will already overlong. Must they continue to add to it? Never seen Oranger so defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. Shall gather in the Charlian Manor to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. Well, how about next stream I do the memory of Moonbreeder. I'm not gonna raid anyone, I'm just gonna end stream. See you all next time. Take care. Bye.